Hey, it's Dave. Welcome to my channel, My Yard Sale. Today I wanted to do a quick update for those of you that are subscribers and for, I guess, any people that may have followed me at some point. And hopefully this update will help somebody have some hope if they're experiencing anything that I've experienced or am experiencing. So I'm working through reversing a metabolic syndrome related to diabetes and prediabetes. Hardest thing I've ever done in my life, and I've done a lot of difficult things, and this is extremely difficult. So I wanted to share a couple of high points in the last, I'm going to say the last week, maybe the last month, maybe even the last couple of months. And of course, I don't have anybody here in my house to share it with, so I'm going to share it with the world. I'm excited to say that I'm almost back to 120 pounds. I know there's a lot of you that are thinking, well, that's stupid. Who cares? But I got to tell you, I'm usually in between 160 and 180 pounds. And over this whole metabolic thing, at one point, maybe not this last Christmas, but the previous Christmas and the time in between those two Christmases, I actually weighed 100 pounds. Somehow, I lost so much bone mass and just muscle mass that I looked like a ghost. I looked in the mirror, I looked like a ghost. So I'm happy to say that my body is finally not taking any nutrient that comes in my body and immediately making me pee it out, but it's actually starting to get brought, it's getting held in my body. I mean, my cells are getting the nutrients that they need. So I'm happy to announce that I'm getting back to 120 pounds, and I'm actually trying to add a little bit more carbs to try to increase that up and get back to a normal weight that makes sense. Now, that goes in line with my next point. I actually made some notes so that I would talk about some specific points that I feel like definitely helped me and will hopefully help some other folks. I can feel this weight gaining in muscle and bone mass. Now, I'm not specifically looking muscular, but I can say that I am feeling it. Like if you take a one of those balloons that you would stretch out and make stretchy animals out of, and you just hold it in your hand, that's what my muscles used to be like. And then if you blow some air into it and straighten it out, that's what my muscles and bones felt like for quite some time. Now they're actually feeling like they're engorged, almost uncomfortably. Like if I eat a big meal, it doesn't knock me out like it did before, but I definitely have to stretch a little bit and try to stretch it out. So talking about knocking out, I used to eat at 5 o'clock, in between 5 and 8 o'clock, because I would eat one meal a day for the most part not because I was hungry, but because I knew how to eat, needed to eat, or I wasn't gonna live. I was gonna die if I didn't eat, right? So I would eat in between 5 and 8 because that's when it made sense, and it made mostly sense because immediately after eating, my body would not shut down, but I would almost immediately have to go to sleep, and I would just go to bed. I go to bed at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock immediately after eating, and I would sleep off the sugar spike, not necessarily sugar, but the glucose spike, and that was my cycle. So now I can eat and not have to immediately go to sleep. I still find myself going to bed at like 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, just because I get up so early in the morning because that's when the sun is up. But I can eat at any point now and not have to immediately go to sleep, which is good news. And actually, I made a post a couple of weeks ago how I haven't been hungry in 2 years. Now I wake up in the morning and I am ready to eat. Like I eat in the morning. I say in the morning, but I eat at like 12 o'clock. I'll start eating at 12, and I do eat a couple of times. I'll eat two good sized meals, and I say good sized meaning a good amount of protein and now some fiber or just some vegetables. So I eat that definitely once a day. but now I actually added in a second meal and sometimes even a third meal. But eating those meals is much easier because I don't immediately have to go to sleep, which is good. So I think I've gotten past the dawn phenomenon thing where it makes me pee at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Not the dawn phenomenon, but now my body is actually taking the glucose that my body's releasing into my system, and I'm not immediately having to pee it out. Which I guess that's something that is a good thing because everything I ate before, like within a matter of 20 minutes, I would have to pee out because my body wouldn't allow, because of insulin resistance, my body would not allow any of the nutrient that I'd eaten get absorbed into the cells, and my body would want to get rid of the excess glucose. So it would go directly to my liver, and then I would end up having to pee 10 times after I'd eaten. So the good news is now I can eat, and it may actually feel a little uncomfortable in my muscles, but at least I'm not peeing 25 times a day, which is a good thing. I'm starting to feel like I need to actually do a structured exercise regimen. Like before, it was enough exercise for me just to walk from the chair that I'm sitting in right now to the kitchen or to the bathroom. And like that was enough exercise. That would wear me out. If I, on the days that I had to go check the mail or go down to the driveway or go outside, that would wear me out. And now I'm starting to feel like I'm getting a little bit more of my strength back. And I'm feeling like a more structured workout might make sense. I made a post the other day about how all the large muscle groups in my body feel uncomfortably stressed. And I had to stretch quite a bit. I still stretch 2 or 3 times a day, but I'm not quite feeling as uncomfortable as I was. So hopefully that whole cycle will go away pretty soon because that's very uncomfortable. So those are some of the updates that I wanted to give some people and just talk about my situation and what I'm dealing with and how it feels and how it's extremely difficult. And it feels like it might be getting a little bit easier, but I don't know. We'll see in the next couple of weeks. Some days things are extremely difficult, and some days some things are a little tiny bit easier. But I would never say that anything is easy once you get to this point where I'm at. It does feel like the neuropathy in my hands seems to be like not getting better, but not quite as bad. There is still a good amount of inflammation that I deal with. And the inflammation that I've dealt with in the past couple of months are directly associated to peanut butter and coffee. That's it. I don't eat anything else that could potentially even bother me. And I guess I did a little research on those. And any of you that might have some information or research, I'd be more than happy to read it. I'm interested to figure it out. I think the omega sixes in coffee and in peanut butter can cause inflammation, making my eyesight terrible, making my coordination pretty bad. So I have not completely cut out probably two of the most favorite things in my life, coffee and peanut butter. I haven't completely cut it out. I haven't quit, but I definitely have tried to not have either one, eat too much of either one. Like with coffee, I'll have one tiny cup of coffee if I make it. With peanut butter, I'll have one little spoonful instead of 10 big spoonfuls. I guess the peanut oils, there's a lot of omega 6s in peanut oils, and that could have potentially caused me issue. I think one of the next things that I'm going to be trying is I bought magnesium, and I've been eating magnesium, or not eating, but I've been having supplements, magnesium supplements, and it does seem to be helping. But I guess there's 20 different kinds of magnesium, all for different kinds of things. And I think I might try a different one. The one that I bought was magnesium oxide, which I guess is a pretty good overall magnesium, but I mean, I guess there's 10 different kinds you can buy, and I'm trying to do some research on what's the best for my particular situation. I may try some other ones out. Hey, also this week, I'm going to be cooking up and trying a cauliflower pizza, and I'll tell you how that is. I love pizza. I will tell you that. I love pizza. I could eat pizza 7 days a week, and I can't eat pizza now because I can't eat the flour and a lot of the stuff that's in pizza. I can't eat the seed oils or any of the stuff or the sugar that's in the sauce. I can't really eat any of that. But I think the closest thing that I can get to a pizza is a cauliflower pizza, and they're pretty small, so I feel like I can probably handle it, especially since my body is now accepting glucose and accepting nutrients a little bit better. So I'll review that on this channel in the next couple of days, and I'll show you which pizza that I bought, so that if you might want to give it a try, you can go ahead and give it a try. Or if I love it, I'm going to be talking about it for a little bit. If I hate it, I'm going to talk about it for 4 minutes, and then it'll be gone forever. So if there's any interest in that, do me a favor and leave me a subscribe. And if you think that this post is interesting, give me a like, give me a thumbs up. That'd be helpful. And if there's anything that you want to make a comment on in this post, please do, because I respond to all comments. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.